What's good, YouTube? What's good? Stormybman, and I am back welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Saturday, April 23rd, 2022. And this is the post-fight for the WBC Heavyweight Championship fight between Tyson Fury and challenger Dillian Whyte. Man, this is something, it's amazing when you think about it. You talk about these fights, you want to see these fights, and you find out that things are not always what they may appear to be. Sometimes they are what you think they'll be. But I will say at the end of the day, I was able to catch this fight, and I didn't have to pay for it, thank goodness. And I was not surprised with the outcome. Let's just put it that way. Let's put it that way. And I see what they're already trying to do with this champion here. This whole thing about he may be done with the sport, retire and everything. Then they'll bring him back at some other later date and put him in there with someone else to make people try to spend some money and watch him again. But this is something like, you have to understand the PTB and how they do things in boxing. This is what they want, people. This is what they want. It may not be what you want, but this is what they want. And this is how they feel that they want to entertain the masses in the sport. That's why you're seeing what you see. No more, no less. Let me get to the chat real quick. Welcome people who have been out there. I see that we have some who were there just before I went live waiting, because I did put the reminder out well over an hour ago that I would do a post fight. We got Dwayne Jones out there saying, bless up from the mighty ATL. Appreciate you, Dwayne, for coming back. Chi-Town's finest is in the building. Welcome, my brother. Mark Wunderlich in the building as well, saying, touch that like button, everyone. Hashtag LDBC, hashtag Bomb Squad, hashtag Team Petty. Yes, sir. Channel member JC is in the building saying Sensei in chat. Young World is back saying, yo, salute Big Storm. Salute to the chat. Happy weekend to you all. Yes, sir. Antonio Hambrick is out there saying, salute Sensei and chat family. Phew. The heavyweight division stink. This whole car stunk. Bye-bye, British pie. I hear you. Xavier, the boxing nerd, is out there. What's good with you, Xavier? The Jab Jamboree is out there saying that Stormybman, salute. Salute to you. Yave is in the building saying, salute, Sensei, and salute, chat family. Salute to you. What's going on with my tablet here? Supposedly had the tablet playing the show as well. I'll try to play it on two devices in case a screen goes down or something. Winston Lee is back with the peace sign and giving the toast. J. Wayne Citizen channel member says, I wound up watching it. It was kind of hilarious. Appreciate you using the emoji too, J. Wayne. Diana's with us again saying, now you know I got to come and see what the wisest man about boxing says. I appreciate you, Diana. Thank you for stopping through. And she says, salute to all the family. William Old School is back saying, salute, brother. Salute to you. Diana saying, Stormy is sickening, but I'm going to hold my peace while all the ish comes out. Yeah, man. It's going to come out. You better believe it. Deavian Bible is out there saying, salute. First time I'm seeing you. Who are you? Is you a cop? And we got everybody saluting each other. And Black Alpha is out there saying salute Stormybman in the chat. Salute to you as well. Well, Boli Boli in the building. I see you. Sports Haven is out there. Heaven, excuse me. Saying salute Stormy and the family. The whole card was trash. Shadow 979 in the building saying salute Stormy B-Man on holiday in Grenada. Now chilling, listening to you cook. Appreciate that. Dave the Real Thomas is in the building saying this is one of the guys they make. This is one of the guys they make the face of boxing. Yeah, you like that? Ratchet since 91 is in the building saying salute. And Shot-Town says smash that like button. Yes, sir. Smash that like button as you come in, people. And let's talk about Fury versus Whyte. How many days? And let me just put this up here. I'm going to make a poll. I'll make a poll to put up. Yeah, I'm going to put this poll up there for you guys. Be kind and show some support for the poll that Stormy just put up there for you guys, because I want you guys to know that Dillian decided to come on out. He was hiding and everything during the promotion of this fight, and he finally decided that he was going to show up the final couple of weeks for the presser and everything. And he waited his own time and God's speed to go out there and lay an egg like he did. Now, I'm going to be very critical. I don't like what we saw. I think it was a poor heavyweight championship fight. But there's a silver lining in all of this for some of you people, and it stands in the form of someone like Anthony Joshua. Though he may not be able to defeat Alexander Usyk, AJ can beat Tyson Fury. And I didn't think that at first. But as I watched this fight tonight, Fury, for himself, showed up somewhat on the up and up. Meaning that he may not have necessarily had that excessive weight he was carrying in the second and third fights against Deontay Wilder, for whatever reason, coming in almost 300 pounds, which was very interesting. He didn't have the floppy gloves. He weighed in at his normal, roughly 263, 264 pounds. That's about right for him. But his boxing didn't look that good. Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury have some of the worst footwork in the heavyweight division due to their physical makeup. Dillian is slew-footed and Tyson is knock-kneed. So here you had two guys, one knock-kneed and one slew-footed, couldn't get out of the way of each other. That's why they tangled up a lot. And it even appeared that Dillian was able, with his slew-footedness, to cut the ring off on Tyson Fury, believe it or not. And Fury was having trouble getting the hell out of the way. At a moment during the second and third rounds, he resorted to doing some dirty tactics because Dillian was on top of him. It was very interesting. Very interesting. Rojai, I see you out there. Jeff, the producer, welcome. AMG. Yeah. So as I'm looking at this, Albert Doherty, I'm looking at this and I'm laughing because these guys are evenly matched. Evenly matched. As I'm, Sid UK, I see you. As I'm looking at that, be that bish, I see you. Boli Boli. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, where's all this great boxing from Tyson Fury? Dillian was doing something that was technically off the wall for himself, and all it would have taken was for his coach and trainer would be to reel him in and tell him, stop looping the right hand, son, and throw it straight. Throw it straight at his shoulder, his chest. He'll dip into it, and you'll hit him right on the chin. But those directions never came because Dillian was swinging like he was throwing a softball from far right field to home plate. Very interesting. And Tyson tried to get around him, tried to jab and box. Dillian refused to jab with him or even throw the right hand straight. So it turned into a mauling circumstance after a few minutes. And as I'm looking at this and I'm saying, these guys are so evenly matched, it's unbelievable. But he's supposed to be the heavyweight champion of the world. And without his gypsy dust, he's far from that. Now you can see when he was busted in the gym, taking padding out of gloves and things like that, cheating people. And his people were like, oh, we're just trying to build his confidence. Because he has nothing. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? He can't punch without a little aid. And the knockout punch, Dillian Whyte's Achilles, the uppercut, happened simply because it's Dillian's Achilles. He never learned from the Povetkin fight. He just made certain that Povetkin didn't hit him with that punch again. But that didn't mean that Fury wasn't going to try, huh? It didn't mean that Fury wasn't going to try. Nice lull to sleep, huh? Throwing punches at his body, round the side, under the elbow, like I talk about, huh? Slapping with that jab, shooting some straight rights. Not often do you see a fighter throw a jab uppercut combination. They did their homework. They did their homework. And if you think that they didn't do their homework to perfection, go back and replay the knockout for yourself. What you will see you will see Dillian Whyte fell the same exact way that he did when Povetkin hit him with the uppercut. It was almost a carbon copy, with the exception that Povetkin got everything into it because he threw it as a lead punch with full power and force. Fury threw it as a combination, but got the same result. He tried to get up from Fury's uppercut, but he was done. My mind's telling me get up, but my body is telling me stay down. Yeah. He looked like, once again, he been shot, huh? Tyson Fury, the man who's known to hit himself with uppercuts, huh? And since he never knocked himself out with an uppercut, you have to wonder, is Dillian just that bad at taking that shot? Yes, I believe so. Some people, you hit them right, and this every single time you'll get the same desired result. He took that shot on the side of his jaw, glancing off the side, and he fell apart like silly putty. Huh? He never got a chance to land his best stuff on Fury, where we would see what Fury has. I don't think it's very much. As the fight opened up, I gave Whyte the first round. He came out southpaw. Fury came out orthodox. The second round saw them switch. Fury came out orthodox. Fury came out southpaw. Whyte came out orthodox. They were playing head games with one another. I felt like Fury strung together the second and third rounds. I gave Dillian the fourth round when they were wrestling around a lot and everything, but he was making Fury very uncomfortable. The ref got in, admonishing them, but Fury was holding the ropes, tying Whyte up in the ropes and refusing to break. He even resorted to some headbutts, some headlocks, some dirty stuff we've seen him do in the past. Eddie Cotton talked about that years ago. But let it be said, he is not the master boxer that they've told you he is. Thus, me talking a moment ago about the chances for AJ. AJ can throw the punches and has thrown the punches that Fury has trouble with. Yes. And AJ throws combinations. AJ fares well against men who are over 6'4". He can fight tall guys. His makeup is sorely on that thing where he does well against big guys. If you're 6'3" and under, 6'4" and under, he can have trouble with you for whatever reason. It could be psychological. It could be physical. But I would love to see it because he would have a better chance than Whyte. Now back to Whyte and his technical imperfections there. Those looping right hands he was throwing. What the hell was that? The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Fury likes to pull away from punches with his hands down. Rarely does he put his hands up to block. So if he could see you winding up, all he has to do is take a half a step and lean back. But if you're shooting it from your shoulder to him straight across, he can't see that. Vladimir Klitschko had the right hand lined up all night long against Fury, but couldn't pull the trigger. That was age. Age. Deontay was able to get his in a few times, but he was very stubborn from not looking to work behind his jab more to set it up, but he did get it in there. Whyte wouldn't land a right hand to save his life because he was looping it. You don't want to loop your right hand. You want to throw it straight. As I watched it, I said, man, this guy, talking about Dillian, all he needed to do was to throw single stiff jabs, double jabs, triple jabs, and somewhere in between, more than likely off of the double jabs, a straight right hand down the pipe, to the chest, to the pit of the stomach. They'd land. I don't know what his corner was telling him, but they didn't tell him to stop that arcing, looping shit. That made him look like a guy jumping up trying to grab a basketball rim who can't touch the rim. K-Rod, what's good with you? Jerome King, I see you. PGH Big Dog, what's good, bro? Shakers and Dice in the building. Big Truck Johnson says, salute Stormy. Heavyweight division is officially in the tank. Their biggest draw was Bronze Bomber. To repeat Michael B. Jordan from the Black Panther film after defeating T'Challa in the challenge for the crown. Is this your king? Is this your king? Both were technically flawed, but I was amazed by Fury's lack of technical, precise boxing. Because that's what they've been trying to sell you on. They've been trying to sell you that he's this great boxer. Where was the punishing jab, huh? Stepping over, throwing combinations and turning Whyte off of those slew-footed positions. Whyte was actually cutting the ring off on him. Did you notice that? The poll. You guys got 600 days in lead with 61%. 6 rounds in second place at 33%, and 5% says 435. In all actuality, 6 rounds should be leading the poll because it took him that long to show us he hadn't learned a damn thing from the loss to Povetkin. Just like Lubin didn't learn a damn thing from being knocked out in 1 round by Jermell Charlo. Fondor hit him with several uppercuts. If they were still in the ring, they would still be landing. But I just want you to know, where did the ring IQ come into play here? I'll share it with you. That may have been the first uppercut that Fury threw in the fight. I would have to go back and evaluate. But all it takes is one. It wouldn't be surprising to me at all if they had planned it the whole time. Because Whyte leans over on that front foot, is not a fan of working behind a jab, looks to land his left hook all the time. Ring IQ means something. And let me tell you who's supposed to have supreme ring IQ. Your corner man, your cut man, not your cut man, your trainer. Your trainer is supposed to have ring IQ. I don't know what in the world they were telling Dillian over there. But this fight was there for him. It was there for him. Yo, salute to Drew Titan, the Tiger uppercut, yeah. Yeah. We've seen so many fights end with that uppercut, man. One, because most fighters are in terrible positions. You didn't see a lot of the old guys getting knocked out with uppercuts. The head has to be offline. Your chin should never be past your lead knee. These are technical tweakings that a fighter can do to keep themselves in a safe place. Fury wasn't even able to out-muscle Whyte. Did you notice that, people? He wasn't able to out-muscle him. That pole is a trip, ain't it? '88 Sports Talk, I see you out there, bro. Judah's out there. Lambros K. David Scott III. Mr. P. Depps. Shade Girl. Salute to you. Yeah. So I'm scoring the fight. Salute to Big Dog Willie out there as a channel member for 8 months. It's an anniversary date for you. I appreciate you, man. He says, why didn't Fury throw an uppercut in the first round? That's because he wanted to lure the guy into a comfortable place. He got the desired effect. When it landed, the guy was done. He got up inside the count, but he couldn't continue. He did exactly what he needed to do to him. Do you know how embarrassing that is for Dillian Whyte? He talked all that mess about getting a title shot from the WBC. He talked mess to Mauricio Suleiman just a couple days ago. Huh? Now, where does he go from here? I do not believe there's an uppercut clinic. But there are highlight clips that he's now part of that can tell you everything you need to know about getting hit by an uppercut and what it'll do to you. Huh? Only thing I can say for Dillian Whyte is he better be glad that wasn't a Mike Tyson uppercut, because that little head of his may be traveling toward Mars by now. Don't he look like he got a shrunken head on the rest of the body? It's like the man looked like he was in Beetlejuice or something. I don't know. Rob Sportsman Lee, I see you out there. Con Shonery. Chris Felton. I'm still trying to figure out where's the boxing, though, in all of this. You know how Tyson would say, boxing, please? I was ready to say that to the TV screen as I'm looking. I'm like, this is your guy? This is the man you're trying to compare to Muhammad Ali? Are you serious? No, man. You can't do that to the greatest, man. You can't do that to the greatest. That's an insult. Huh? Bruce Gass, what's good with you? Eric R. says it looked like he switched heads with a newborn. Yeah. I'll buy that for $1. Yeah. Man. But people, where were the boxing skills? You had one guy, Slewfoot, Tyson Fury, not need. Huh? So the knock-knee guy in Fury couldn't get out of the way of the slew foot in Whyte. It's like Whyte was cutting the ring off and wasn't even trying. He was just, marching, and that foot was dragging like Quasimodo, and Tyson was like, damn, he cutting the ring off. And he was like, so he found himself up against the ropes and in the corners a lot because Whyte's movement was just like throwing him off. And the funny thing about this is they said these two guys knew each other, right? They sparred and spent a lot of time in the gym together. That's probably what's made it even worse for him, because he was probably saying to himself, oh, here come this slew foot son of a gun. I got to get, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like it, man. I didn't like what I was seeing. And against other caliber fighters, he's pulling out all types of stops, to help him get over. $4 million worth of, credits, as they say. Yeah. That's right, Antonio Hendricks, Slewfoot. Man, a Slewfoot dude ain't gonna catch me. You understand? And a knock-knee guy ain't gonna get the best of me either. Cause them knees gonna be coming together like click-clacks when I get in there with him, cause I'm gonna make a ooh, them knees gonna be popping. People in the 10th row gonna hear him. Huh? Yeah. Do you realize that a coach and trainer is supposed to be paying attention to that type of thing too? For some of y'all who don't know what click-clacks are, you ever seen Focus Ball's his training product that he sells? Those slip balls with the balls on the end with the string. They used to sell something similar like that for kids to play with when I was a small kid. They called them click-clacks. They were like these two giant like marble pieces with a string with a loop on it, and you put it on your finger and you bounce it like this and they go. That would be Tyson Fury's knees when I was in the ring with him. I feint him and make him crack them knees, and when he cracked those knees, I crack him on his chin. Pow! You understand? At one point, he tried to step on Dillian's Whyte foot and hit him. I think that was in the second round. Listen, William, don't worry about Wilder. Wilder is in great hands, man, away from the sport. See, I'm one of the few that relish the fact that he's not around right now, not because he lost or anything like that, but because of he's in a position to choose his destiny and fate of how he wants to, go forward in life. Not many people are in that type of position to make those kind of decisions for themselves. And besides, many people didn't appreciate him when he was doing his thing. People relished the opportunity to see him lose or be defeated. They rejoiced when he didn't get the knockout over Fury in the first fight, even though he did get the knockout, but they took it away from him. Cheating. But that's okay. He's going to be good. And you know why? Because he's blessed. Anointed, as he said, many times. Y'all just didn't hear it. When I mention him, I'll always mention him from a position of strength and acknowledgement, but never talking about if he were here or wish he were here and that foolishness. Because I appreciated him when he was here. And I didn't want to see him come back after what they did to him. Because it took $4 million worth of envelopes and passing hands and things of that nature to remove the WBC title from this man who had 10 title defenses. How disrespectful. How utterly disrespectful. And someone wants him to come back to this? Really? If Fury had entered the third fight 263 pounds with no tainted gloves or hardware or anything extra in his system and all of that, he'd been KO'd again. That's okay, though. He had a hard time with Dillian Whyte until he threw an uppercut. Personally, I think you could be in there with your eyes closed, and if you slung an uppercut and it hit Whyte, he's going out. He's got Keith Thurman in his chin for uppercuts. Like Keith Thurman can't take the body shots, Whyte can't take the uppercuts. You can hit him all about the side of the head and everything. That sucker's like a rock. But you come from up under there somewhere, shiver me timbers. Yeah, this is what they do. Salute to Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. I see you out there. PGH Big Dog, exactly. And that's how you know all of this was BS, man. For the last 4 fights. Personally, I'm going to tell you like this. I think there's a substance that you can put in your body. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it work. That even if you're on Queer Street, on the verge of being unconscious, it will allow you to come to and function. I don't know what it is. I don't know where the hell they got it, but I can guarantee you this. With friends like Mr. Fury has, money is of no consequence to get it and to put it in your body. Because I can guarantee you, whatever that is, they don't test for it. Big Dog Willie, I talked about, I don't know if you were here from the beginning, but I talked about it from the straight up. I said, he ain't learned a damn thing from the Povetkin knockout. He just practiced in the second fight against Povetkin to not let that happen from Povetkin again. Not nobody else, though. See, that's the thing. When you've learned, oh, you ain't going to get me with that one no more, that's just what it's going to be. But here he comes right back. Look at the KO. It looks exactly the same. The only thing was he wasn't near the ring apron, the edge of the ring, underneath the bottom rung of the ropes. Brown on Boxing, salute to you. Lambros K says, Stormy B, man, what do you think about Fury's corner throwing that liquid on him in the middle of the fight? I have to go back and look at that, Lambros. It's like, because a lot of things you don't see, And I was engaged in conversation as I was watching the fight, so I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and review that. Thrill Hill says, salute Stormy B, came in to hit the like button. Well, Thrill Hill, I hope you come in to get some of the content as well, because it's even more pleasurable than just hitting the like button, bro. Says we got 93 thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get them 7 more, or let's make it 8 to push it over 100. We got that many people watching. We got plenty who can hit that like button who ain't hit it yet. Let's go ahead and do that thing. Put Stormy over 100 likes, man. Knockout was like, that poll is hilarious. Yeah, man, because think about it. You wait all that damn time, talking all that mess, even going to Mauricio. You know, if you're going to say something to Mauricio, you got to come out and have your stuff together. They laughing at him now. I don't think he was semi-conscious, Khan. I just think that he wasn't focused. And that's the job of the cornerman, too, to get you back on track. I'll tell you. Once, thank you, people. Thank you. We got that hundo. Appreciate that. After the 4th or 5th round, I would have tried to settle him down, because they were starting to get into some tay-to-tays with the wrestling and stuff like that. And I would have told him, look, set your guard strong. And when you step to him, step behind a crisp, sharp jab. Punch him in his chest. Punch him in the pit of his stomach with that jab. I want you to throw 40 jabs in this next round. Don't throw any other punches outside of a jab. Make sure you double up on it. Make sure you triple up on it. Make sure that you make him say, damn, what's up with this jab all of a sudden? Because remember, I talked about this going into the Yordenis Ugas Earl Spence unification fight. The fighter who makes the adjustments will typically come out on top. But a fighter who adjusts to the other fighter's adjustment makes it a fight now, because now you're going to have to use your brains and not just brawn. So can you adjust to the adjustment and then make the person do something different still? Ebb and flow. Watch the Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns fight, the first fight. Watch it again. There was ebb and flow all over that fight. By the end of the fight, the boxer puncher became the boxer, and then the boxer became the slugger. Ebb and flow. That's why it's an all-time classic. It's not just because it was Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. It was where they took one another within the fight, the story within the fight, how the fight unfolded. If Ray hadn't adjusted to what he adjusted to, he would have lost the fight on points. If Tommy didn't adjust to what he adjusted to, he wouldn't have been able to be as successful as he was in the fight. Yes, he still lost. But the adjustments were what made the drama of the fight. These are the type of things that you look at when you watch these type of matches. Yes, sir. Khan, that's it. Do you think Dillian's corner could have told him before the 6th round, you're blowing it, son? You need to get on that jab. Trick Noti, I see you, bro. How you doing, man? Sheena. Yeah. Do you think he could have taken some tactics, some strategy, and told Dillian, try this? You got 3 minutes to work this out. And if you come back after this next round to the corner and it worked, we'll build on it. Salute to the #1 grinder, Real Talk. I see you out there, bro. Mr. Ishmael. That's what you have to do. Straight Convo says it's ironic how Fury got this stamina and power out of nowhere. Let's not be fooled. We know who he is. Yeah, but the power was not on display. He just hit a guy that couldn't take a damn uppercut. Here they come, people. Get ready. Lock and load. Eric R. says, the beautiful thing about boxing, as well as Ray Leonard, is each elite fighter Ray fought prepare him for the next fighter. His career was like Bruce Lee in the Game of Death Tower. For anyone who was predicting a stoppage by Fury over Whyte, I don't believe you all figured in an uppercut. You may have figured in wearing him down, beating on him until he got tired or something and stopping him by that means. The fact that he hit that man with a clean uppercut like he did, just like Povetkin, Whyte was in the fight. I had Fury ahead at the time of the KO, but he was in the fight. Nobody expected that uppercut to, do what it did. That's the difference. But I'll tell you this, if the man continues his fights fighting career, and I don't think he will. He has the right to fool me and prove me wrong. But if he decides to finish his career, I bet you people will be looking to land that punch on him from now on. And to a small degree, it was, as I stated going in. I said I thought it might be a bit of a chess match because they were familiar with one another. And that's the one thing you just don't know, because they were familiar. You didn't know how that was going to play out. But I am so surprised that Whyte's corner did not tell him to stop throwing the damn looping right and straighten that right hand out. Straightening it out would have made so great a difference. Yeah. Hey, Jay Washington, ain't nobody talking about Canelo in here. What you doing coming in here talking about Canelo, man? We don't go off track here. We don't go off track. Stay on target, bro. Stay on target. We talking about this fight. Whyte got his chin in front of Fury's uppercut, and that was all she wrote Irene. That was it. Khan I don't think it was an easy fight at all. I really don't. Because in that third and fourth round, when they had started wrestling around with one another, there was something about that told me that Fury was going to be, having difficulty. So he elected to do some of the tactics that he's known to do, the headlocks and things like that. It's funny how guys can resort to tactics like that instead of doing boxing techniques to put themselves in a greater position in a fight. That's why I said, where was the great boxing at? You didn't see Ali putting people in headlocks and stuff like that. And he only pulled down on Joe Frazier's head and neck because Frazier was shorter than him. When he got in close, that was the best way for him to tie Frazier up for himself, because Frazier was only 5'10", 5'9", probably 5'10", and so reaching down to try to tie his arms up and stuff would put him in greater jeopardy to get hit with those power punches, particularly the left hook that Joe threw. So that was a tactic that Ali developed fighting Frazier. But you look at all the other punchers and fighters that Ali fought, he wasn't putting people in headlocks and stuff like that. He was boxing, moving, sticking, giving angles. Come over here. Yeah, you go in, I'll turn you in the ring, get back to the center of the ring and take this jab with you. Pop, pop. That's what he would do. Trick says, Fury threw that punch from the parking lot, long distance, but used his jab to set it up. And yes, Whyte should have switched it up and feint and then throw the right, but hands down the middle. Yeah, McCall did Lewis. Yeah. No, Antonio Hembrick, it's not the fact that he struggles with shorter guys. He knows how to use his height and his reach and his length and everything. But he's not this superior boxer that they try to sell him as. That's my point. And without a little bit of help He looks very ordinary. And I have to tell you guys, this evening, that's basically what I've been trying to tell you. He looks ordinary. And if he looks ordinary against Dillian Whyte, he didn't look so superior or supreme to Dillian Whyte. Like I said, had Whyte's cornerman had told him to stop flinging his shots and shooting his shots, that's like these young fools out here with guns in the streets today. They see in the movies guys try to be cool and hold the gun sideways and all of this. You end up spraying everybody but the target you're supposed to be trying to hit. You have to aim the gun. Yeah, bro. That's why you shoot the shots from your shoulder to the target. Not winging it. Don't you know that's how guys throw their shoulders out and stuff? If you winging a shot and I throw a shot at the same time and hit you in the shoulder while you flinging it, your shoulder could get separated. It has happened. There you go, Jay Wayne. There you go. Rayshawn Hudson, not only do he need to learn how to sit down on his shots, he need to stop bringing his chin over his knee, his lead foot's knee. If you do that, bad things happen. Typically, you end up getting slept. That makes a tremendous difference, man, when you understand boxing technique. Your feet should be pointed apart. Your feet shouldn't really expand beyond your shoulder width. If you bend your knees a little bit, crouch yourself a little bit, you can get great power and leverage and move left and right off the center line easier. But this is not being taught very much anymore. One foot on 12 on the clock, 1 foot at 2 o'clock. So the 2 o'clock position with your feet. Well, Eric R., one thing about Usyk is he has tremendous movement, lateral movement. He can move on his feet. When a fighter has good footwork plus the tools of the trade, it makes him a very difficult fighter to defeat. And that's why AJ had trouble against him, because Usyk is more of a complete fighter. A complete fighter, not a one-dimensional or two-dimensional fighter, not even a three-dimensional fighter. Usyk can do a lot of things. And his experience helps him too, because he's accustomed to fighting tall guys, long guys. He knows exactly what to do. That's why if AJ hasn't been studied up, when they face each other again, it could be all over for AJ. And this time the fight might not go as many rounds as it did before. He could get stopped inside of that time, because in that last round, he was just on his way to being stopped. And he collapsed in his corner when he went back after the bell rang, as if to say, damn, I'm glad that's over. Yeah. As Mr. Ward likes to say, body language, Jay Wayne says, let's stop and realize we're saying a world title challenger that's been a pro for a decade needs to learn basics. What's really going on in professional boxing today? Lack of technique, lack of learning, lack of education, execution, and lack of challenging and testing yourself against the best. I did a video 2 years ago that said that these two men should have fought each other around that time. It was after the first Deontay Wilder fight against Fury and way before Whyte fought Povetkin. And at that time, I said it's a good fight because neither one of them, with the exception of Fury, who had fought Wilder and Klitschko, they hadn't fought anybody in the top 10. Whyte had fought AJ, but AJ wasn't world champion when they fought. So I'm like, this makes a good fight because the winner of that fight, it advances them because you're fighting a colleague, a contemporary. When you look at them tonight, there wasn't a lot of difference between the two men. Big Dog Willie, you're right. AJ is chinny, but Tyson Fury doesn't have a big punch. Regardless of what they try to sell you, he doesn't. And maybe he didn't come in there with special gloves and all of that because he had a little bit more respect for his own countrymen than he had from someone from the States. Oops, did I say that? I certainly did, and I don't care who likes it or dislikes it, but it's something to think about. Just another little bee in the honey. Huh? Just another one. Yeah. Man, these folks in Chicago are just shooting each other like crazy, man. But notice Fury didn't have a floppy glove tonight either, did he? No floppy gloves. How fascinating. Conshonery, still? Still? When the last time you pick up a newspaper and read about what's going on around the country? Shit, man. William, you know I'm going to do that. If I don't do anything, bro, you know I'm going to do that. Yeah, Shay girl, you may be right on with that. You may be right on. Conshonery, let me tell you something. If we had that many in the shy, you might not even see Stormy on the air. I'll probably be in a bunker somewhere. Because they doing serious damage without that many. You give them that many, man, you might as well say it's, Russia going in on the Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, that's, man. They done start carjacking people, man. Stopping at stoplights and stuff. It's just like, you remember back in the early 90s when, on the West Coast when they was carjacking and stuff and they break yourself, fool, here in the Chi, this new generation done picked up on that now. It's like, I don't know, man. Salute to Battle Ready Fitness. What's good with you? The one thing that we can say, though, is this. There will always be some young guys coming along that can change the dimensions of the heavyweight division. It might not be very good right now, but someone will come out of some place and they will give it. Listen, Big Dog Willie, do you really have to ask a question like that, man? Joe Frazier, bro. Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier. Because he had the fortitude to stand in there and deliver it under fire. Tommy tried standing there and you could get him too. And we just saw Dillian Whyte get wiped out with another uppercut before he even got a chance to land his. So that's it, man. Joe all day and all night. Oh, man, if you brought Joe out here today, man, he'd go through these guys like hot knife and butter, man. These dudes would literally be crying. Hell, the old Mike Tyson would, in these days, would have his way with these dudes. He'd hand these guys so much of trouble, man. But Rojai, I guarantee you he'd be chopping them. He'd be chopping them. And Khan Connery, that nobody was punching like George Foreman today. Nobody. Not in the heavyweight division. So that's for certain. Lennox would knock Fury out. It'd probably take him about 8 rounds, 9 rounds, but he'd get him out of there. He would not see 12. Real Hill, that's what I'm here for, bro. That's what I'm here for. Lewis, how is he going to bring someone like Tyson in to teach him something about boxing? That man is not a boxing trainer or coach. You need better coaching, bro. A lot of these guys, I'm telling you, they don't even know what to look for in a coach. But Mike Tyson wouldn't be on a list of my considerations of who he could go and see. Yeah. But I think I'm going to get ready to wrap this up, people. I just wanted to come on and talk about this fight. I really don't care about the undercard. Don't care about, you know, that heavyweight prospect, Adale. You know, don't care about them guys. They're going to be who they're going to be. People got high on Danny Dubois, and look what happened to him. Got punched in the eye and had to do a reset on his career. So that's what happens, you know. I know one thing, I appreciate everybody coming out this evening for the post-fight. We got a lot of people in here today. Hope we were able to break this down and talk about it. Lambro says, happy to hear your thoughts, Stormy. Hard listening to the commentary tonight. Yeah, some of those commentary guys, man, they're horrible. Con Shottery says, Dubois can beat Joyce too. He just needs to slip that damn jab. Well, Con, he didn't beat him, bro. He lost to him. So that's that. Ain't gonna be no rematch, as Apollo told Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no rematch. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate all of you guys coming out. We're gonna get on up out of here. Enjoy your evening. Do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna go and find me something to eat. It's a cheat day for me, so I'm gonna eat like I ain't got no responsibilities to health. Okay? I'm gonna find me something good and fat and nasty. You know what I mean? So take that how you want it. Peace to everybody. Catch you on the next one.